For generations, society has painted a picture of the ideal man. Strong, stoic, and unemotional, but what if this portrayal is missing a crucial element? What if the key to deeper connections and more fulfilling relationships lies in embracing vulnerability? Today, we explore the science behind emotional intelligence and why men who aren't afraid to shed a tear might just make better lovers. Meet Alex. Alex used to believe that showing emotion was a sign of weakness. He grew up hearing phrases like "man up" and "real men don't cry." He prided himself on being unshaken, a pillar of strength. But beneath that tough exterior, he felt isolated. His relationships never seemed to reach the level of intimacy he longed for. Something was missing. The problem: he had embraced the tough guy persona. The tough guy persona is a socially constructed image of masculinity that emphasizes emotional suppression, dominance, and self-reliance. It's the belief that a real man should be stoic, unshaken by emotions, always in control, avoiding displays of sadness, fear, or deep affection, refusing to seek help, whether emotionally, physically, or financially, struggling to express feelings, leading to emotional distance in relationships. This emotional armor may create the illusion of strength, but in reality it pushes people away. Alex thought he was protecting himself, but in doing so he was shutting himself off from genuine connection. For years, society has pushed the idea that men should be emotionally reserved. Crying, especially in front of others, was often seen as a sign of weakness or a lack of masculinity. However, research and real-life experiences tell a different story. Men who embrace their emotions, including shedding tears when needed, tend to have deeper, more fulfilling relationships. 1. Emotional intelligence strengthens relationships. Emotional intelligence, EQ, is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage one's emotions while also being able to empathize with others. It directly impacts relationship quality. Men with high EQ communicate better. Instead of shutting down or reacting with anger, they navigate emotions constructively. They build stronger emotional bonds. Women and partners in general value emotional depth. A man who is comfortable expressing vulnerability signals trust and security. A study published in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships found that couples with higher emotional intelligence reported greater satisfaction, better conflict resolution, and stronger intimacy. 2. Crying is a sign of strength, not weakness. Contrary to outdated beliefs, crying isn't a weakness. It's a human response to deep emotions. Suppressing emotions leads to emotional detachment. When men avoid expressing their feelings, they may become distant or struggle to connect with their partners. Bottled up emotions can cause resentment and anger. Men who suppress sadness often express it in unhealthy ways, such as anger, withdrawal, or passive-aggressiveness. According to studies, crying is a sign of strength because it is a demonstration of a completely comfortable relationship with the self. Choosing to cry and feel is a choice in the interest of one's emotional health. Imagine a man breaking down after losing a loved one. Instead of pushing him away, his partner holds him, reassures him, and they share a moment of deep connection. That moment builds trust, not weakness. Before I continue, learn the secret to attracting high-value women. How to attract high-value girls is a step-by-step guide to attracting high-value girls with ease. You'd learn the real reason why girls lose interest in you, and how to keep her interested. How to become the desirable prize that 99% of girls would fight to get, making you sought after as a guy. Learn how to recover from acting needy and create a clean slate, showing girls that you are capable of growth and change. Discover easy ways to regain her trust and win her back after a misstep, making you more reliable and trustworthy. Learn secret techniques to turn girls on using the rule of non-compliance and getting her laid. Discover interesting conversation starters to lead her on and making you stand out. Increase your knowledge of the dating scene. It'll practically make you be among the top 1% of guys in the world, sought after as a guy. Link in description. 3. Women and high-value partners appreciate vulnerability. Strength isn't about emotional repression, it's about balance. Women prefer men who can share their emotions appropriately. This doesn't mean breaking down over trivial matters, but rather being in touch with emotions in meaningful ways. Vulnerability builds trust. When a man shares his real feelings, it makes his partner feel valued and trusted, deepening intimacy and emotional security. A 2019 study from Psychology Today found that emotional vulnerability in men led to higher trust levels in relationships. Women viewed emotionally expressive men as more mature and capable of deep commitment. 4. Emotional openness increases sexual and romantic intimacy. A man who can be emotionally open creates a safe space for his partner to do the same. Partners feel more comfortable expressing themselves. If a man is emotionally open, his partner will feel safe sharing her deepest feelings, fears, and desires. Deep emotional connection improves physical intimacy. Studies have found that couples who are emotionally attuned to each other have more fulfilling sex lives. Men who are comfortable expressing their feelings tend to be better listeners and more attuned to their partner's needs, making them more compassionate and attentive lovers. When Alex finally allowed himself to be vulnerable, everything changed. He started expressing his emotions openly, communicating his fears, and embracing the full spectrum of human feeling. And guess what? His relationships became richer, deeper, and more fulfilling than ever before. The idea that real men don't cry is outdated and damaging. So what if the real strength isn't in suppressing emotions, but in embracing them? What if the men who cry are actually the ones who build the deepest connections and have the most fulfilling relationships? True strength lies in self-awareness, emotional intelligence, and the ability to connect deeply with others. Men who embrace their emotions, including crying when needed, are more in tune with their partners, better at resolving conflicts, and create stronger, longer-lasting relationships. So the next time someone tells you that men shouldn't cry, remember, the strongest men are the ones who aren't afraid to feel. We'd love to hear your experiences and insights. Join the conversation below, and don't forget to subscribe for more explorations into the dynamics of modern relationships.